our Gatka, we do our Changadis. Then this is that you are kicking your butt one. This is how they used to run in battle sometimes together. This is demonstrating that exercise. Opening the chest and showing all the different bantari. He's demonstrating two-stick freestyle, that's what we call it. These freestyles, people sometimes, they discuss whether or not we use this in battle. If you could just start swinging a sword and chopping people's heads off, and that's how it worked. Yogi Ji said Guru Gobind Singh knew how to spin his sword so quickly that he used to have his soldiers fire arrows at him and they would just turn into sawdust. But what we know this freestyle training to be is to teach you exactly how to spin your stick and how to move from one place to another. If you can't have the flexibility to move the stick, then you won't know what to do when it's time to use it. If you watch his feet, this is the most important thing when you're watching people do Gatka. His stance will never come together because he's covering all sides. The sticks always stay on either side of him, and watch his Parklea, they're always even. And one foot is always on the ground. No jungly jumping, we're not trying to show. This is applying the technology.
Now you know why we don't wear Gatka.
And now you're kurta. We didn't wear Gatka for that reason. The Gatka is the most ridiculous article of faith we have because it's not practical whatsoever. But in the British Raj, they banned the Kamar Kasas and wearing weapons in Kamar Kasa because the Nihangs have a way of hiding several, maybe 15 different weapons inside the Kamar Kas. So they never knew what they had. They had this big bundle around their waist, and then all of a sudden there's one combat situation, which you'll see in a bit. Then you know how to use the stick. It becomes instinctive. That's why we do it in this way.
Normally you have a dole playing and a lot of fireworks and people shooting fire and breaking tube lights and spitting gasoline and all that when they do Gatka performances. That's more like a circus, sorry to say. Just wanted, like the energy is built up through that drum, and that was used, the Nagara was used actually to create that rhythm and to create the step.
Sword freestyle. Now you need to understand it's the same thing as stick, but when you're using blades, things get a little different. This is what we would actually take into the battlefield. And they say that to fight with two swords at the same time is the highest and most difficult form of fighting. You may not know this, but when you're sparring, it's very difficult to do two different things at the same time. And that's what you apply when you're doing double sword fighting. It's very difficult, and we never attack the same place at the same time. When you see in the freestyle the swords are moving together, this is training. Okay? That's called a Fatehnama. When we greet each other for sparring, we do a Fatehnama. This is shoulder-shoulder practice. Very simple. You attack one side, they attack the same side. You block it, then you attack the other side, and they follow. Back and forth. This is the most basic and most traditional practice for sparring. There are many thousands of different attacks and different moves that come out of it. Slow down. Fateh. We all mission to beat the crap out of them. Single stick freestyle. And that's the idea between open sparring.
Who says ladies can't fight, huh? And who says guys can't fight better?
Hargobin's trying to reach around her shield and cut her hand, but so far he's only gotten one.
She still has one hand.
She has one hand still. That's the other thing about these sparrings, is that you hit somebody in the leg with a sword, they're either going to lose the leg or have a very hard time walking. So how do you make that happen in this kind of a situation. People see, she's spinning over her head and she's spinning behind her back, and all that is nice. It's good. It's a good hand-eye coordination and everything like that. But as far as going into the battle goes, the purpose we found for this was they used to light the balls. You see the orange balls on the end. This is a sort of a practice chakra. But they'd have a shield on the front of that ring he's spinning, and then all the ropes would be tied tight, and any arrows that would come would be